Amanda here, and I'm here to talk about something that really crosses my mind a lot, and that is self-diagnosing on social media. And it's kind of a hot topic, right? It's kind of an interesting one for us to really navigate as those of us who struggle with mental health, especially when accessibility is a huge issue. And I do want to just point that out before I even say anything else, is that I know that accessibility is a really difficult thing. Finding a therapist, finding a care team, finding somebody who'll give you a diagnostic assessment can be really difficult. So us leaning on social media sometimes feels like our only option. I think it is a really important thing to note that mental health challenges, mental illnesses, there are a lot of symptom overlap between a lot of different disorders. This is why I really worry about self-diagnosing on social media, and I don't really recommend it. I know with my personal experience with my diagnosis, I was misdiagnosed 3 times before I actually got an accurate diagnosis. And so I think it's just important to ground ourselves in what is symptomatically similar to our mental illness and what is the mental illness that we actually have. It can be really easy to look at somebody's video and say, oh my gosh, I really relate to them. I must be struggling with the exact same thing. But it's really important to use our own specific discernment on what relates to us and what doesn't. This is why leaning on our care team, if we have one, is so important. Because there are a lot of diagnoses that symptomatically look really, really similar. And the cool thing about social media is that people like to share their coping skills all the time, and a lot of different coping skills can fit for a lot of different illnesses. And that's beautiful. But it's so important to put into perspective what is a professional opinion versus what is somebody on TikTok or Instagram just speaking about their experience. This is why I always urge to be so mindful of how we navigate social media and how we talk about mental health on social media, because people can take what other people say and just run with it, which isn't really the most helpful thing in the world. Social media and talking about mental health on social media can be really beneficial for us to find community, to feel less alone, and to really feel like we connect with other people, especially when mental health can be so isolating and stigmatizing. But it is so important not to put ourselves into boxes just based on 1 or 2 videos that we've seen. It is really important to do extensive research on the topic if you do think that is something that you're struggling with, and reach out to a professional if you feel like you relate to that diagnosis. There is a really great Instagram account that I love called Neurodivergent Insights, and they have a website where it really showcases the similarities and the difference of different illnesses that get misdiagnosed for one another often. That's an Instagram account that I really like to fall back on whenever I feel like symptomatically I'm very similar to another illness. There's been so many times where I have taken a specific illness to my therapist and said, do you think this is what I'm experiencing? And she kind of has to diagnostically tell me that your symptom profile is very similar to that one, but your illness is yours. So just some things to put into perspective as we're navigating social media, as we're navigating the online landscape, and how mental health is such a talked about topic now, which is wonderful because it helps to destigmatize and it helps to humanize mental health. But it's so important we don't jump to conclusions for ourselves. We use that discernment and we talk to a care team about the symptoms that we're experiencing. I hope this video was helpful and insightful, and I hope you continue to engage with the content that we have here on YouTube and on Instagram and all of our other platforms. Please go follow us there because we do share topics about mental health. We do share our own personal lived experience with mental health, and we do it through a resiliency lens. Hope this video was helpful, and continue to engage in this content and in this series because it's been really fun to make so far. Bye!